Hey. Hello, cat. So, I am finally back or filming. It's been crazy. So crazy, so crazy. So much to update you guys on. I don't even really know where to start. First of all, I have to film on my phone because for some reason my camera battery was dead, even though I just charged it. I have no idea what's going on, but the universe is just like not for me this past month. Like the whole month of April has just been horrible. To start off, we all had COVID except two of us. Well, the house had to quarantine because some of us got COVID, but some of us didn't. It was complete hell. I hate it. I don't even really want to talk about it because it's almost like triggering and irritating. And now we're kind of dealing with like a bout of pink eye, so that's fun. So I essentially haven't been anywhere for like a month. I mean, we've like gone out to get like groceries and stuff like that, but like we couldn't really see anybody. And then the kids were all home, so they were insane. Yeah, it's just been really tough. Like this whole illness, sickness, quarantining, COVID testing, can't go to school. Like it's been really hard. The baby also couldn't go to daycare. So that was probably the hardest thing because then I couldn't work. So if you guys don't know, I also work for Convenient MD. I'm a medical receptionist, but I do work from home. So I answer phones, like registering people for telehealth. And then I also have my lactation business that I was trying to do, but couldn't do. And I also had my IBCLC exam. Like literally all these things kind of just like happened at once. Pretty much everything started right after I took my exam, which actually worked out because I was able to, take my exam and then just like deal with all this crap that we had going on. But the exam went fine. I think I did really well. I won't actually have my results for about 12 weeks, unfortunately. IBCLE is in the Stone Age. And also the way they score the exam is on a scale. So they do end up throwing out questions if everybody who sat for the exam during that session got that question wrong. So if a lot of people got one question wrong, they throw it out. So the exam is scaled because of that. So it takes a lot longer. So I won't actually know my results. And they are like a pass or fail result till the end of the summer. So I'm not studying. I'm not doing anything. I did so much studying. I am relaxing now from that. And I am focusing on my lactation business and my lactation private practice. So if you guys need lactation care, please reach out to me because the sooner you reach out, like the sooner we can get your issues fixed and on to better breastfeeding, bottle feeding, and pumping days. Also, if you do have a financial issue, I do have discounts that I do give to families with financial difficulties. It's a case-by-case basis type of thing, but I do, offer that type of care. So I want to be able to help as many people in my community and just around. And you don't have to be local to me. I do offer virtual visits and we can do pretty much everything virtually. We can't really do weighted feeds unless you have a scale, and I can assess for tongue tie because I can send you a little link on how to take some fairly decent pictures so I can see if your baby does have a tongue tie. So we can assess for that. I'll have everything linked down below for you and check out embracinglactation.com. I did want to update you guys a little bit on Waylon and how he is doing. So that's been its own thing. We were actually doing really, really bad mid-March to end of March. He was up 4 or 5 times a night, screaming in pain. Nobody was getting sleep. The whole family was suffering. And this was like night after night. And we were trying everything. I was cutting out dairy. I was cutting out gluten. We were doing chiro twice a week. He was taking magnesium. He was taking a probiotic. Like we were doing all the things and he was getting worse, like worse and worse and worse. It was so weird. And finally I like broke down and started crying in front of our developmental service person. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, this isn't working. He's crying all the time, even during the day. Like, he just wants us to hold him. He's never happy. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to do anything. His stomach always hurts. He's in pain. Like, something is wrong. Like, I was just like yelling to other people saying like, something's wrong, something's wrong. And a couple people were telling me like, oh, it's a behavioral thing. Like, now he's learned this. And I just was not convinced that that's what it was. I was convinced that he was in pain. This is my third child. You know, I'm a lactation consultant. You know, I have kind of a background, like, you know your baby's best. And she was like, you know, I really think you need to speak to your pediatrician again and really kind of like get her to listen to you, because, you know, it's not getting any better. And I called our pediatrician right after she left. And I also was in tears with her on the phone. And I was like, look, we need to come up with a plan right now, like today, because I am not doing well. I'm not doing well physically because I feel like crap because I can't get any sleep. He's like 8 months old and isn't sleeping at all. And it's affecting him as well because he's not getting any sleep. Like, obviously, babies do wake up at night and that is normal, but he was waking up so often and not napping where he like would go a full like 48 hours without sleeping sometimes. And it was crazy. It was insane. And I also told her, I was like, I am mentally not doing well. Like, I feel like I can't even attend to my other children because he is so needy right now. And there's nothing I can do makes it better except for if I'm holding him or nursing him. And then it seems like after I'm nursing him, he's in even more pain. And I was like, and it's not just me. Like, this is not a behavioral thing. He does this with everybody that watches him. Like, daycare is having an issue. My husband has an issue. My mother-in-law, like anybody that watches him, like, just, he's inconsolable most of the time. Like, he's not a happy baby. And he was, and now he's not, you know, like, so something's getting worse. She was kind of like, you know what? I don't like suggesting this to exclusively breastfeeding babies because we want them to stay on breast milk because breast milk is the most like nutritious and best thing that you can give a baby. But in this case, he has some sort of intense allergy or something that you're eating. We don't know that, but to rule that out, why don't we try some amino acid based, really teeny tiny protein broken down. I'm kind of using like layman's terms here, but like the protein is severely broken down, significantly broken down in this formula. And most babies who have like the milk protein allergy can tolerate this formula and they actually do a lot better. You know, and maybe you could pump for a couple days and just give it like a couple days and see if it works. Now, I was on the fence about this because I'm breastfeeding and we're not really having breastfeeding problems, but we kind of are. But it was really hard for me to accept that we were, if that makes sense. Sort of became my own client in a way. And I was like, okay, I need to sort of step back and be like, what's best for him? Yeah, I love breastfeeding and I don't want to give it up right now, but like he's not doing well and I can't cut out every single food group right now because I'm going to pass out. Like it was also hard for me to do that diet. I couldn't tell you why. It just was really hard for me financially. I love cheese. Like I love cheese. It was just really hard to find foods that I could eat, that tasted good, that I liked, that were gluten-free and dairy-free. And for a family of 5, like they're not going to eat that meal. So I had to make a separate meal for myself and my whole family. And that's a lot. Like, and then dealing with like inconsolable baby, like it was too much into it. So she suggested we look into Nutramigen by Enfamil, which I had never heard of that formula. So I did a little bit of research about it and I was kind of apprehensive again. And I talked to my husband, talked to my mother, talked to a couple of other people. And I was like, you know, like maybe we should try it. So I went down to the store, bought a can of it. It literally smells like dog food. It smelled so bad. And at first he was kind of like, ugh, like this is bad. He had always taken bottles of breast milk when he was at daycare, so he was used to taking bottles. Finally, after a couple of attempts, he drank like half of it. And at that point, it was like late in the afternoon. And I was like, okay, like I'll just give him another bottle before bed and like we'll see how he sleeps. He only got up about 2, maybe 3 times that night, and we gave him bottles. And then the next day, he was a completely different baby. Like, I want to say in a matter of 12 to 24 hours, he had a complete turnaround. Like, he was giggling again, laughing. He was sleeping. Like, that the next kind of full day, he slept an hour for a nap, which was so rare. He never slept more than like 25 to 30 minutes. And every time he woke up, he would be screaming. He never, ever woke up happy. He always was screaming when he woke up. Even when his reflux was like controlled, he would always wake up crying. I was just like dumbfounded. I was like, what? Like, what is this? And then I was also heartbroken because I was like, wow, there's really something that I'm eating that he can't tolerate. Because I really was having a hard time just like giving up breastfeeding, I was like, you know, I want to kind of see if I can do like a combination. So that kind of next day, I nursed on demand. So whenever he wanted to breastfeed, I let him breastfeed. After like 4 p.m., if he was hungry, he would get a bottle. And then before bed, he would have a bottle. And then if he woke up at night, I would give him the bottle. So that's what I kind of did for like the next like 5 days. He was only waking up 1 to 2 times at night. He was sleeping 1 hour to 2 hours twice a day. And he was happy. He was getting up. He was walking around, not walking. He was like sitting up. He was playing with his toys. He let me put him down. I could finally do things. Like, you guys, it was insane. And his vomiting completely stopped. Like, he probably vomits now like once or twice a week, sometimes more, where before it was like 1 to 2 times a day. It was definitely better. Like, from those other videos that I made, he was vomiting 3 to 4 times after each feeding. So it was significantly better, but it has like almost gone away. I'm still kind of at a loss for words because it was just such a drastic change. We are seeing a new GI at the end of April. So I am excited to kind of see what they're going to say. Our original GI, I did not like. I was angry because when we were kind of in the midst of this really crappy, horrible time, I had called them asking for another consult. They never got back to me. And that just speaks volumes. So we're not seeing them ever again. And we're going to go see these new people. We are also going to see an ENT because he does like rip at his ears a lot. And I've checked him multiple times and he doesn't have an ear infection. But the pediatrician did say that he does have excess fluid, which could cause some pain. Because he still doesn't really like being on his back or his tummy. So there's kind of something going on there. He also still has low muscle tone in his shoulders because of not wanting to be on his tummy. So he's not really using those muscles that much. We do try to put him on his stomach as much as possible. And we are still seeing our chiropractor. We haven't seen him in 2 weeks because we did have COVID. I'm hoping maybe this week or next week to start the chiro back up because I do feel like that did help him a lot. I know I'm probably missing or like leaving out a couple things, but it's really amazing. I'm definitely researching more about this because it is really interesting to me. And I want to be able to help you guys more with this type of stuff. And definitely comment down below if you guys have kind of experienced the same thing. Oh, I actually hear him. Let me go and get him. He just woke up from a little nap, so a little crank, but not bad. Oh, look at that's a kitty. Yeah, the kitty's right here, and he's obsessed with the cat. Can you say hello to the people? We also had cranial sacrum therapy done on him, and his head. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. But I am looking to actually get certified in cranial sacrum therapy because it is beneficial for lactation and infant feeding. Because sometimes they have like birth trauma and it can really affect like how their head is, which can cause pain and other issues. So oh, lovies. So he had it done for the past like 3, 4, 5 months. And I've seen a significant improvement in his head. It looks so much better. it didn't look bad before, but it wasn't quite right. It was like very far back. Like his whole skull kind of just like went back. Oh, are you tired? Yeah. He's really tired. He didn't really sleep for that long because we had to go to an appointment for your brother and then fell asleep in the car, huh? But yeah, he is my cuddle bug, as you can see. Hi. Do you want some milk? So right now, our routine is he nurses on demand during the day. And then he gets those bottles in the late afternoon, evening. And that seems to be working for us. I do think if we switched him fully to the Nutramigen, like no breast milk, I think he would actually do even better. It's just hard for me to kind of give that up. And I'm not really ready to go fully to exclusively pumping, like just for the milk bank again, just because it's a lot of work. And with having him and then the other two kids, like it's a lot. And then also having my lactation business, like I know. Like, I really want to be able to, you know, just dedicate time to my lactation practice and not as much to pumping. I am still pumping. I pump about 2 to 3 times a day. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I do feel like when he goes back to daycare, since we've been in quarantine, I think we are going to be giving them formula. So I do want to see if those 2 days a week that he does go, if he does better because he's on the formula for most of the day. Well, you're so sweet. It's been really rough, honestly. Like, it's been good, but it's also been really rough with the quarantine and just today. Oh, you can see it. Yeah. My TV is right here. My oldest son knocked it off of the TV stand right there. This like gray thing. And broke the feet right off the TV. So, yeah, the TV is essentially useless. But yeah, Waylon's actually been doing so much better since we've done our combo feeding. My lactation business is doing well. It's been a little slow for the month of April, but honestly, it's been kind of nice because we have been at home, and we weren't feeling good at all. And then I just took the exam. So it is kind of nice to have a little, you know, just downtime, I guess. But I really am hoping that May, you know, brings some more babies in and we can really start like picking up. But I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. If there are other videos that you want to see, definitely comment them below and I will check those out. But yeah, it's good to see you guys, and make sure you follow me on TikTok as well, because I actually have started to get a little bit more active on there. It's just a lot easier. Those videos are easier to just like edit and shoot really quick than YouTube, unfortunately. Oh, can you say hello? Can you say hello? Here's your little Waylon. We're kind of cranky because I think we need to go down for another nap. But I think he can't, I don't think he'll go down for another hour, so we'll see. But, oh, get the kitty. But can you say bye? Can you say bye-bye? He's just learning to wave, so maybe he'll give you guys a wave. Can you wave? Where's a bye-bye? Bye-bye. Wait. Guess not. We'll see you guys soon.